The mountain stream that runs through Breakstone Hollow is 3 feet deep at its deepest point in spring and barely ankle high in late summer when the snowmelt is gone and the rains haven't started. And it is in this late summer shallow that the Magikarp, who has lived in Breakstone Hollow for 4 seasons, makes its home, or tries to. 4 inches of water, barely enough to keep its scales wet, not nearly enough to swim in, just enough to exist in, which has been the defining condition of this particular Magikarp's life. Enough. The other Pokemon of the Hollow, the Goldeen upstream, the Poliwag in the deep pool by the bend, even the Caterpie on the bank who has never been in the water at all, have consistent opinions about the Magikarp, and those opinions center on Splash, and Splash doing nothing, and the Magikarp therefore being nothing. The Magikarp has heard this so many times that it has stopped arguing, and simply continued to exist in the 4 inches of water the way it always has, persistently, quietly, without asking for credit. The drought comes in the 6th week of summer. The stream drops to 2 inches. Then, every water creature in the hollow is compressed into a 6 foot section near the old willow roots where a spring keeps the stream bed barely wet, and the spring is losing pressure, and in 3 more days there will be no running water in Breakstone Hollow at all. The Magikarp understands what needs to happen before anyone else does, because it has spent 4 seasons in this stream and knows where every spring feeds in and where the underground water moves. Upstream, 200 meters, there is a blockage, a winter rock slide that partially dammed the spring's source channel and redirected the water underground, and the underground path is longer and slower, and that is why the spring is failing. You cannot move a rock slide, not with Splash. Everyone in the hollow knows this. The Magikarp goes up there anyway, hauling itself through the damp mud of the nearly dry stream bed because there is not enough water to swim, and it finds the blockage and it begins to splash. In the shallow mud, alone, with a Watt move that everyone agreed was useless, it splashes against the edge of the rock slide where the mud is loosest, where the water is trying to push through and almost making it, where the rock is not a single boulder but a collection of smaller stones in an unlucky arrangement, and each splash moves the mud a fraction and shifts the weight a fraction at a time. It takes 4 hours. Noah is watching. When the blockage gives way, it goes all at once, the way damned things always do. A rush of cold, clean spring water coming down the stream bed in a surge that picks the Magikarp up and carries it back to the hollow, in a wave that refills the Goldeen's pool and tops up the Poliwag's deep pool and brings Breakstone Hollow back to life in 20 minutes. The Magikarp ends up near the willow roots, in water deep enough to actually swim in, and it swims a small circle and says carp once, quietly. Not a triumphant sound, but a satisfied fee, the sound of something that did what needed doing and does not require anyone to have been watching.